What's going on, everybody? Marc and Trav is here, and we will be doing a review today, but this isn't it. Right now, we're just gonna basically talk a little bit about Spider-Man. We all love Spider-Man, and we're just gonna basically discuss where he is now, where he's been, and what he's gonna do
where
in the future.
he may be going.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I got some pretty good ideas, but we can look at Tom Holland, and to me he is the perfect Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
That's like Tobey Maguire. He brung a good Peter Parker to Spider-Man, and then Andrew Garfield brung a decent Spider-Man to Spider-Man. But Tom Holland seems like he's kind of hitting both marks, and we really have to see the movie to tell. But
yeah, but like with that being said, getting into detail with the previous two actors that played him, whereas Tobey Maguire had that real nerdy awkwardness to him, and like you could tell he was a straight up nerd. He had like no friends.
which is how Peter should be to me.
But with that being said, his Spider-Man was almost the same character. It was almost like his Spider-Man wasn't Spider-Man.
They were
it was
the
almost
same person almost. Well, but they are in a way, but I mean.
But with that being said, I say Tobey Maguire completely nailed the Peter Parker character, and with Garfield, you get basically the exact opposite of that.
You get this hipster Peter that just felt wrong from the start. Like
that Peter Parker, like he seems like if I went to school with that guy, he probably would have had a lot of friends. He probably would have hung out with like
he wouldn't have been the nerd, that outcast that everyone picked on. Like
exactly.
He would have been the person picking on people. Like
that's what he seemed like almost. Didn't happen in the movies per se, but like, it's like just his character, his
Spider-Man,
his Peter Parker persona was just so like it seemed like that. But as you were just about to say,
his Spider-Man was pretty on point though. Just he brung the comedy to it, which Spider-Man has always had. Those like, how would you say it? They'd say something to him, and he'd just have these comebacks,
basically
like funny comebacks.
Well, basically, get Deadpool in your head, and I look at Deadpool as the evil like uncle to Spider-Man. That's always like the drinking the beer.
We're probably gonna get a toned down Deadpool.
Like that's how I felt whenever I seen Deadpool. Like I was just like, they got him good, and it feels like a Spider-Man character, but just like with all the vulgarness.
Yeah, which is what I'm hoping this Spider-Man will be, just not as vulgar. Moving on from that, the Vulture. How do you... First off, the actor.
The actor, well, I was pumped. Whenever I heard Michael Keaton was being chosen to play the Vulture, I was just like, yeah, that could be cool. But then he decided to drop out. He said, no, this is like stupid. I don't want to do this anymore, whatever. But the fact that he had left the project and came back to it, I'm wondering
something
if...
made him come back, whether it was money or the story or...
Something different, because I've heard rumors that his villain is like the first of like this type of villain in the MCU anyway. I'm not sure what
I hear the opening of the movies, actually, it almost feels like a horror film, like it's really scary, which I think is what they're aiming for. They want a scary villain. And the MCU's villains have been... I don't personally think they've been that bad, but they've been getting a lot of bad rep.
A lot of people, they blame the rep on like, oh, well, the villains aren't like fleshed out as good as the heroes. I think it was Kevin Feige himself said that like, well, these movies are about the superheroes, not the villains.
Yeah.
So you just need the villain to like just make him have something to fight type thing. I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige himself said that like these are the superheroes movies. Like if we want to have a movie about like. What was the guy in Doctor Strange?
I know the guy you're talking about.
Or like
Dormammu or whatever.
Any of that stuff. Like give them a solo movie if you want a story for that. But these movies are about the superheroes. Is what he said.
What do you feel on the Vulture suit then?
The Vulture suit. I'm giving it a chance. Like I know
that's like me. I'm giving it a shot.
I know it's different. I know that they're gonna base it off of like a lot of Stark tech and the same tech that Falcon used for his wings. I believe I
just
it's
never
gonna
pictured the suit so
robotic.
Yeah.
It was always just like feathers, green feathers, and just a bald head.
But like you said, I'm giving it a benefit of the doubt. I actually, in the trailer, I really like the Vulture's feet.
Yeah,
So,
that was so cool.
That's what's kind of winning me over at the moment. So I'll have to see it to know how I feel on it. So how do you feel about the Shocker being in the movie?
I can't say how I feel because I'm told that there's going to be more than one actor playing many Shockers. I heard that there's going to be more than one Shocker, and
kind of like the Red Hood gang in DCU.
I'm open to it, but like, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I personally have all faith in Marvel. I don't think they're going to screw it up.
Yeah.
Especially getting the rights to Spider-Man. I think they're literally thinking, okay, we can't screw this up. It's got to be crisp.
I was pretty stoked when I heard Shocker was in it, just because we haven't seen him on the big screen. I want to see him in that yellow and brown outfit with all the crosses all over it. Oh, I can't wait for that. Iron Man coming into Spider-Man opens up the possibility of Spider-Man characters going into future MCU movies. Do you feel there's any big characters that might be a big role in other MCU movies?
I believe that sooner or later we are going to get Norman Osborn in the MCU.
Yeah.
I do believe, for a Spider-Man standpoint of view, I do believe that Norman may be connected to like the next 2 or 3 phases. Maybe if he's not the big bad.
He might even be connected in this movie. We don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe if he's not even the big bad, I do believe he's going to have something to do with like all the movies. The same way like Hydra is with what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Maybe like Oscorp is going to be like this next.
Yeah, I get you.
So
It
that could be
it
fun.
would be cool to see Doctor Doom come into the MCU, but that's kind of a long shot. It's not really Spider-Man, but just that Norman Osborn talk. I really like Norman Osborn and Doctor Doom as bad guys, and I could see
And they were
Doctor
both-
Doom being a huge villain for the MCU going forward if they were to just get the rights to the.
Well, that's what I
Fantastic
gotta
Four.
ask. I was gonna say they're both scientists. Who would you say smarter, Doom or Norman Osborn? Who accomplished more?
I think Doom.
Yeah.
Doom is smarter and he's more evil. I guess. Like I don't know. Doom's going for the world where Norman Osborn's going for the money, almost in a sense. You know what I mean?
It could be a good mix.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, in Spider-Man: Homecoming, this movie's gonna lead into Infinity War, obviously. So, with Spider-Man, do you expect a new suit in Infinity War?
I am hoping for the Iron Spotter suit in Infinity War.
Yeah, it'd be pretty
I am
badass
hoping for
with
that.
The actual spider
with the
legs.
3 different legs coming out of
Yeah.
him, and like I'd like to see him like flying around and doing all this stuff.
Well, there's a rumor that he's already in the suit and he doesn't even know it.
Yes, I heard that
Which
as well.
I kind of see, but I kind of don't see at the
I
same
think
time.
that's just Spider-Man, like in a suit that Iron Man had built him. Yes, with just basically. I think they got something special planned for Infinity War, and I do believe that in Spider-Man's part of that movie, his big moment will be like the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
I hope so. God.
So I have a theory, and I believe you believe some of it too, that in Infinity War that Spider-Man may or may not come across the symbiote in the first, maybe even the second. I'm leaning more towards the second film. You're leaning more towards the first film. What's your take on that?
Well, basically, this fella's take is there is a Venom movie coming out next October. And the Venom movie comes out in between the 2 Infinity War parts. So I believe that they're going to have that big battle on the moon. Spider-Man's going to be up there. And something's going to happen. Like maybe the symbiote is on the moon or if it's on somewhere else. But I do believe that the Venom movie that's coming out is going to be all connected to this. Yes. And I am excited. I am very excited.
Obviously.
I am...
I think we're gonna get the symbiote at the end of the second movie, just leading into Homecoming 2 and whatnot. But that being said, it seems to fit better with the first movie, like you said. But that is if Venom is part of the MCU or not. That is the big question.
We're not even sure yet. I don't even know if they have officially said anything yet.
No, but like we've heard rumors. It is. It isn't. So
I personally hope maybe Venom could even be a prequel. A prequel. What if it's just a little prequel movie?
Yeah.
And then we get him later in the Spider-Man movies. That could be fun.
So what are your expectations for Homecoming 2 and Phase 4 then? After
Basically,
Infinity War?
Homecoming, I think that's just basically. I think it's going to lead Spider Man's character. It's going to get him closer with Iron Man, and it's going to set up for Infinity War.
Yeah.
Whereas Infinity War, these are just my thoughts, but I do believe basically everybody in Infinity War is going to die, except for like Iron Man.
Whether they come back or not, I don't know.
Yeah, like I do believe that. Like I believe that. What's his name? The Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, is going to be the next Captain America because he has like all
between
these,
him and the Falcon.
all these,
I guess.
yeah, but what's his name? Sebastian Stan still has like 7 films on his contract.
Yeah, I suppose.
So like I do believe he's going to be the next Cap, whereas Iron Man is going to live through this whole thing because he's the only one in the first Avengers that went through that portal and seen what's coming. Everybody else is just like, it's all good. He's the only one that's carrying this stress of like, no, like we need to get ready.
I think Tony Stark is going to be the Nick Fury of the following phases.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
I do believe that he's going to act as Nick Fury, and Spider-Man is going to be the new Iron Man, and the Winter Soldier is going to be the new Captain America. And I do believe that the Netflix crew is going to be part of the new Avengers. I believe. I do think that's what they got planned.
I have high hopes for that, but
I've
heard things where they're like, no, we're not doing it, but they may just be saying that
to keep it. Like, they got so many characters that they could keep doing Netflix regardless. But the thing with the Netflix crew, I do believe that if they're gonna say like, oh no, they're not in it, I believe we're gonna go to Infinity War, and in the big climactic fight,
they might even keep it from us
one
up
of the
until
movies.
we're watching.
Either one of the movies, we're gonna get all the Avengers on screen at once. Yeah. It's gotta happen.
Yeah. All of them
when I say that, I'm talking like the Netflix crew too, like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Iron Fist, even Punisher. Yeah. Punisher can come along if he wants.
I really want that, but again, they have like 60 scheduled heroes to be in it, so
that's what I mean. So
why wouldn't they use?
And this is
have made in the MCU. Right?
And Anthony Mackie's made like a bold statement like a year or two ago. He said himself that Infinity War Part 1 and 2 is going to be the Star Wars saga of our generation.
Yeah.
So like that is a bold ass statement to make.
That is a very bold statement.
But when you think about it, if they do this, it could be done.
I think it will. I think it's true. I'm not denying what he said.
I think the full, like the budget for the movie for both parts, I think it's somewhere. I think it's like either 2 or 3 billion for
$3 billion
for
sure.
both.
It's probably
going
to be more than that.
Like that's one big budget. Like for the biggest movie today, the average for a big like double triple A movie, the big budget is like 250 million. And like they're going like super duper for these two movies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
pay off.
It's also going to be the first movie completely filmed in IMAX.
I think it'll be the biggest movies of our generation, maybe even of all time.
It's going to be hard to top it with the next few phases. But anyway, do you think that's good for now? And we'll start to it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you guys here in a couple minutes, I guess.
Yep, perfect. The friggin' camera. And YouTube. Fuck YouTube.